Hello and welcome to today's awesome episode of T-SARP. I'm your host, Andrew Weir, and today is the 119th episode of T-SARP. We're getting close to
Hooray!
episodes away from the 150th. No kidding. And it's also Hackathon Eve. Okay, Steven and Sam, do the thing you rehearsed.
My name's not Sam.
My name is Sam. Get wrecked.
No!
What?
Trust me, we do a few takes of these every day, so we build on the last few takes, and they've been rehearsing this. But of course, Sam there changed it up a little bit. So a lot of activity on the CodeLi wall today. Yeah, actually a lot of activity. So it really all started off. Mentor Jinx posted a totem of dev. There was 5 dev heads. And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. Mentor Jinx did a great job. Mentor Jinx does a great job on all the artwork he does. He made the whole steampunk map. He made the steampunk sticker, and a bunch of other stuff that, I mean, we don't know, but, I bet he has done. So yeah, I mean, it looked awesome. People were talking about it a lot. Dev said some strange things. He threatened the CodeLi wall that he said, "Don't make me drop my very intimidating haka on you." Which, if you don't know, the CDP for this hackathon is you have to make a haka, which, if again you don't know, is a dance to intimidate your enemies in battle. So yeah, so I think it's pretty cool. It's different from what we've been seeing. Last year we saw a lot of those where you have to make something that your team could use during the hackathon. By use, I mean like pirates, sea shanty, right? Maybe you're pirates sailing. You need to listen to a sea shanty, so prepare that sea shanty. For this, it's like, what if you get into a difficult battle, and before the battle you need to do a dance? Prepare your haka. What we've been seeing a lot this year, though, besides for this one, was how are you getting to the hackathon, right? So for steampunk, you had to fly into space, with a rocket, make a machine to launch yourself into space to the moon for steampunk moon. And for life on a ship, we saw how are you gonna get onto the ship? You have to shrink down and you have to get onto the ship. So both of those were how are you getting to the hackathon. This one is more of what we've seen in the past. So it's interesting. I was wondering if we were going to see a trend throughout all of them. So far, I thought we did, but no longer. Doesn't mean for the high school one that they'll also not do another, like, how do you get to the hackathon? They might, right? If it's Antarctica, and how are you getting to Antarctica? So they might do that, they might not. So yeah. And I asked today, because Mentor Jinx posting the totem reminded me. I was like, oh, there's an image posting feature. I forgot about that. So I asked Dev when it was coming to CodeLi for everyone, because students can do it in the game dev community. They just click the little image icon, and you can post one. In CodeLi, only mentors can do that. So yeah, I was hoping that it could come to everyone in CodeLi, but basically Dev brought up a great point, and he's afraid that people would post too many memes and it would just be hard to moderate.
Yeah.
He said most likely at some point, just not right now. He also said just a lot of memes, posted a lot of memes, him and Mentor Jinx. Not a whole lot, but they were definitely getting creative there. So yeah, hopefully at some point, again, everyone will have that option to post not memes, but useful images. So yeah, that's exciting. Irrational Numbers' idea was, how about we make a thread or a discussion just for programming memes, which I like the idea of, because there's a lot. There's some you just have to get out, You can't, you gotta share some memes.
Yeah.
The stuff that goes on Kidoyo. Especially CodeLi, that's where we're our craziest.
I would like to say that now that we shared this information about game dev where we can post images, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of requests to join game dev.
Yeah, if you don't know the game dev community, how to get in it is you have to buy the passport. I don't think actually you can even request. I think it's just like buy the passport. The passport is it's like $90, I believe, and then $40 to renew after a year. I mean, I've used it. It's very useful over summer, especially. The
Yeah.
idea of the passport is for people that don't have Kidoyo with their school. And of course, Steve and Sam and I, we all have Kidoyo because of our school. But Steve and I both have the passport. So it's great for summer when you're like, I need a code, I want to do challenges, but I can't. Last year they did release a thing just for summer where you could buy whatever it was. I think maybe it was like $50. I think 50, and you had access to all of the passport stuff, but only for summer. If you don't know, you're kicked out of your school community during summer. If this is like your first year with Kidoyo, that's what happens. CodeLi, I believe, I don't know. They do. Do they shut it down? I forget.
I don't
Not
think-
for
No, because they did game jams.
Yeah.
You're right. So they don't shut down dark mode. But dark mode has all the editors, just not a lot of challenges. Like no pathways at all.
Yeah.
Not a lot of courses, not a lot of challenges. So it's more of like a social community more than like a learning community. I mean, it's great for learning when you're like, hey, can someone help me with this? But it's more of like a reaching out to other people, and not really like, here's a ton of stuff to learn how to do this. That's that. Sadly, no GimKit news recently. You know, we've been looking for it, but they're busy working on the GimKit creative game mode.
Do we have some game kit news to share, or do we not want to yet?
GimKit news? Our GimKit news is really Sam's been making some GimKits. We were working.
Sam.
We're always working on some GimKit stuff. We're trying to make GimKit games, replicas, you know. Trust me, it's hard. So don't expect any full games anytime soon, you know, but we'll probably release sneak peeks at some point. Yeah. We were trying to also think of other things we could do during the live stream, you know, to make it exciting on Friday. So far, I have nothing. No, I actually do have a few things. What we were gonna do for the live stream, the first live stream, you know, for MS, was some game like snapshots and sneak peeks and stuff like that. I don't think we're gonna do something like that just because, you know, people don't care. Like people that watch T-Sarp would care, you know, like, oh, this game that I've heard about, you know, what is it going to look like? But people that just want to hear, like, how is their kid doing in the hackathon, you know, they're not going to really want to hear about some other person's game that they have no idea what it's about or anything, you know. So
That's
for
very
us,
true.
yeah, for us, we would love to hear about how Sam's game is going. But for people that barely know what coding is and just want to see their kids compete, it's not a big deal to them. So I think now that we have the YouTube channel up and running, in the future we could do other live streams where we do stuff like that. There is the idea of that we do our own type of game jam style, you know, none of that's really confirmed because we already have in brackets for just Hopog, and I don't want to take away from the submissions for in brackets. So that's always in the works, you know. But yeah, trust me, we're always working on something. We are never bored. We always have something to work on, so. Thank you all for listening. Today was quite an episode. And we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Smell you later. My name's not Sam, by the way.
Mine is.
No kidding.